Tony D and Little Joan with a brand new haircut, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Plan B, billed as a comedy romance with Heder, Heder, and I have many things to say about. There's many things wrong with this trailer. I'm astounded at somebody's take on comedy. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 15, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, first off, the movie's called Plan B. And it's about a woman who gets pregnant. And if you're saying, wait a minute, and everybody's in this damn thing, and you're like going, wait a minute, Plan B, what do I know that name from? Oh yeah, you're right, it is the name of the morning after pill. So it's a comedy romance, and you think, is this a comedy about a woman who takes the morning after pill to get rid of her baby? Doesn't seem like a great idea for comedy. No, it's not. It must mean the other Plan B, which is like, oh, I've got a backup plan. So then I'm like, oh, okay. So the story goes, John Heder lives across the way from this girl. And one night she comes home drunk and they have sex. And she gets pregnant. Now, she kind of likes him, but thinks, her and her roommate think he's a dork. Like he's a man-child, they say. Then, and so she doesn't want to be with him and raise a kid, but then the barista, and that's the girl's job, meets another guy, has sex with him, and tells him, knowing that it's not his baby, tells him, oh no, this is your baby. Because she's upgraded her guy. And this is a plan that's outlined in the trailer. Ha 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 ha. Like, holy F, girl. I couldn't think of a less sympathetic protagonist, a woman who lies about who the father of her child is. Because I don't like this guy. I like this guy. I'll find another guy, I'll bang him, and then lie to him so we can be together. Holy F. Who thought this was a comedy? Jamie Lee is the star. John Heder. There he is. Doesn't look anything like Napoleon Dynamite in this picture. That's him, right? Napoleon Dynamite. So, at some point, John Heder thinks he's in a relationship with this woman, and she's blowing him off. And there's an actual line in here, we slept together. Doesn't that mean anything? Apparently not to this woman. Meanwhile, she's having a relationship with another guy who she's told, oh, this is your and I guess she's having wine too. I didn't think you're supposed to drink while you're pregnant, but there you go. She's going to Lamaze class, I guess, by herself, and Shannon Elizabeth is in it for some reason. Tom Berenger's in it for some reason. As the dad of the guy she's lied to. She's lying to everybody. Especially John Heder. It's his kid. What is the wacky part of this movie? She's lied to two men. One she's putting on the hook for a baby. The other she's stealing the baby from. Ha 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 ha. What's the end of the movie? I would hope she goes back to John Heder and says, oh, this is your baby. I'm sorry I lied. But God, what kind of relationship are you going to have then? Yeah, you know, when we first got together, I got pregnant. I had sex with him, and I got pregnant. Then I went out and banged another guy. Tried to put him on the hook for the baby. Boy, was my face red. And then I realized my mistake. I went back to the first guy and told him that was a mistake. Wow. And you two are still together, huh? Yeah, you know, no biggie. Just tried to take his child and give him to another man. Just tried to rope another man into raising somebody else's child. That's all. Wow. It's romantic. Comedic and romantic. I guess if you're a total heartless bee, who the hell made this movie? Let's read the write-up. When a one-night stand with her awkward neighbor leaves her pregnant, a young woman decides to quickly sleep with a successful businessman and tell him he's the father of her unborn baby. Jesus. It's a horror show. It should be a horror movie. Jesus. I got to read the credits of this thing. Plan B. Because I must know. Do we even have the credits? Oh, here it is. A lot of Plan B movies. Director Brandon Tamburi. Writers Jean S. Montpierre and Brandon Tamburi. You people are heartless. Utterly heartless. Kate Flannery's in it from The Office. She's very funny. I mean, they have funny people in it. John Hader's funny. Kate Flannery's funny. Shannon Elizabeth's kind of funny. Was smoking hot back in the day. These days, still looking pretty decent. But what are you doing? Excuse me. And the movie's called Plan B. The name of the morning after pill, where you get rid of the pregnancy. Essentially an abortion pill. Whoa, romantic. What? What are you doing? This is not a good plot for a movie. I am completely turned off by the lead. Not the actress, the character. She's scum. She's utter scum. Like, I guess there'd be a way to tee this up that it's kind of not her fault. I mean, one way to do it would have been that she slept with both guys and before she knew she was pregnant and doesn't know which one's the father. Maybe. Still doesn't make her a great person, but at least her decision, you know, like maybe she doesn't want to get a DNA test because she wants it to be the businessman instead of John Heder. Like she's in denial. That would have been a little better. Not great, but better. But this is a conscious choice on her character's part. She's openly deceiving both men. What a horrific way to start a relationship. To openly deceive them about something this big. This isn't a small issue. Not for men. Oh, I guess this movie is probably aimed more towards women anyway, but what's funny about this, ladies? Tell me what's funny about this in the credits, or in the comments. What's the hilarious part? Is it hilarious that, you know, you'll have a kid growing up not looking like his father? Is that hilarious? Later when you have to explain it, because you know it would come out. It would definitely come out eventually. The kid would get a test. The father would get a test and discover it years later, which would be 1,000 times worse. John Heder going on with his life, not knowing he had a kid, brokenhearted about the girl who was into, clearly. So there's that plan. She goes back to John Heder, kind of a liar, and a woman who's just willing to, have enough money. Let me go bang another guy real quick and see if he had. Oh, he's got more money. I'll bang him, and he'll take care of the baby. Yeah, that's horrific too. Oh yeah, I thought the businessman, he'd take care of me, but I realized I'm in love with you. Sorry, I banged him. Sorry, I just ran out and banged him. Sorry. Hoping to deceive him about our baby. Yeah, I mean, hilarious. I mean, what happy? The only happy ending I could see is she goes back to John Heder and he just forgives her. But then it kind of makes John Hader's character look stupid. How could you have a relationship after that? After that amount of lying, maybe she does take Plan B in the end and kill the baby, and they all go their separate ways. That sounds depressing too. Like, I don't see a good way to end this movie. I don't see a good way to make this funny. Only if she didn't know. Then, if she didn't know who the father was, that puts some of it off of her. She's still kind of a B for going after the rich guy, but at least she doesn't really know. You could say, well, she's in denial. She didn't take a DNA test. She doesn't know who the father is. She's assuming it's the other guy. And in the end, you could make it like she finally takes the DNA test, realizes it's John Heder, realizes she loves him. Then maybe you could make that work. It would be a bit clunky, but that could work. This can't work. No. Horror. This should be a horror movie. Not comedy romance. Horror. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D. And little Joan, who's very traumatized after her haircut. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be at Shoreline Vintage Antiques in Richland, New Jersey on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For the big market there. There's going to be food trucks, so come on out. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.